Hey traders, it's Tuesday, March 21st, and here are your morning ideas. Okay, guys, big picture, we are gridlocked. Still, we've pushed back in. We talked about this yesterday, pushing back towards 4025 here, which is the VPOC of this entire area for the last year. We're coming up on one full year we've been in this range, okay? And right at the year mark, we might be trading right at 4025. The big news that we have this week, of course, is FOMC is on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. I talked yesterday about pushing from, if we're looking at the 4 hour, pushing through these zones, right? So if we got to 39.60, 65, we were looking for 39.90 and then eventually 40.20. Well, like we're at 40.20 now. Okay, so above 40.20, I would expect to see some kind of a pushback here from the sellers. If we get above that, then I think the next stop for me really is this thicker area up here at 4100. So all the way back to 4100. However, I do see us seeing some resistance above right here from the sellers. Okay, in the overnight session, if I've turned on the volume profile, we can look at what we've done overnight. Okay, uh, no real consensus on price. Yesterday we had a weak high. We continued overnight, higher overnight. We've seen this time and time and time again. We when we get these VPOCs on the edge of the profile and the day ends, we look for continuation overnight into the next session. We have that. However, you can see that this profile does not look very good. Okay, this profile does not look very good. It looks like there's no consensus. We got what we call like a toothy profile. It can't find where value is. So what I would expect to see on the open is us to continue to push higher into that 40-20 area, and then us to kind of fall back down, okay, and see and kind of fill in some of these areas for the overnight session. If we continue to push 40-20 and we continue to trade higher and not really find any sellers, I think we can get, we can have an extended day today where we can get to almost 4100 if we get to trend up, because like I showed you on the 4 hour, once we get above 4020, we do have, okay, here the VPOC at 4030 big picture will likely, slow us down and will likely chop around a bit, but there's nothing to really stop us once we get over this 4029. We would be above the VPOC for the entire year, and then you could see how the volume here starts to taper off, and we would go chop, 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 chop as we walk, and or we could say crawl towards 4100. It'll likely be slow, I think, but we don't have a whole lot stopping it once we get above, the 4020, 4030 area. So that's what I'm looking for. I am looking to see some resistance on the open, and for us to push lower. But if we can't and we get above that 4020 to 4030 area, and again, it's an area, they're not exact prices, then I would expect to see us kind of crawl higher as we wait on FOMC. FOMC, of course, there's a wrench in all of this, because you likely see more kind of wait around kind of action. That's what I always say on Tuesdays, especially Wednesday morning, is typically the big players kind of stay put. They don't want to put a big position in front of such a big news announcement that could really move the market, and it's the big mover of the market these days. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Make sure you watch the video. We announced the winners from Million Dollar Madness week 1, and we announced the week 2. So I'll put that video here right after, and then we'll go from there, guys. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions, and we'll talk soon.